episode 1. I did episode 0, which is essentially the unofficial start or overview of what I'm going to be doing. This is going to be my podcast for both audio and video for you guys. This is going to have tech, so that's not tech, and what I think of tech as hardware, apps, programming, games. Games is including mods and whatnot, what I'm thinking is cool out there, what I'm finding that's trending, what's interesting. That's what's going to be going into these podcasts. I'll also have special podcasts every week or two where I will be doing special projects, building computers, doing giveaways, and all that fun jazz, playing games, whatnot. So just an overview of what is in this episode is going to be Blizzard announcing a new game, and an update to some of the games we already like. Modular phones, and I might talk about my PC that I built a few days ago again. So if you've seen that, excuse me, but I'm going to talk about it because it is always fun to brag up a good new computer. Not an old one because it's not old. First, we're going to start off with hardware. And I mentioned this in episode 0 that AMD bumps its RAM up to 8 gigs on their 290X Radeons. And it's also going to start bundling the Beyond Earth bundle, which I believe is Civilizations and Alpha Centauri, something like it. It's another space one, and so they're going to bundle that with their video cards. So far, I'm playing it. I'm enjoying it. It's slow paced, like all the other Civilizations. It doesn't bring a whole lot new to the table, but it is fun and refreshing to be on a new planet. Next with hardware, Google Nexus 9, the tablet that competes against iPad, the regular iPad, is out for pre-order. It's going to be $399. We've known about this for about a month or two since Google announced it. So far, the ratings are coming in from the sites, news sites, review sites, and whatnot. And it's looking like a pretty solid 8 out of 10. It depends on your style, lifestyle, what you're going to use it for. They're saying it still doesn't beat the iPad, but we always have the Android phones. So that's if you're an Android fan. Acer expands its Nitro Black laptop series to 4K model. So that's going to be interesting. Good luck. Even if you have a really powerful video card on there, it's still mobile. Good luck trying to run some games on that without having to downscale it. So it'll look pretty. Will it be practical? I don't think so. At least not for right now until we get some new hardware. Dell has been having problems selling their tablets. They're selling for $200 now for the Venue 8 Pro. It's a Windows 8.1 tablet. At a price of $200, I don't know if I can recommend a tablet. It tends to be a little cheap. Dell hasn't had the best record of tablets, but if you do want 8.1 tablet that's has Windows 8.1 on it, I definitely recommend trying it out if you have the money. If you don't, or if you don't want to waste your money, definitely don't get it. Okay. So, also Microsoft is discounting the Xbox One by $50. So if it's right before the season, this is a great move on Microsoft's part. Definitely going to help compete a little bit more with PS4 since PS4 has actually been trashing Xbox One in sales. Xbox One is still doing great. They're in no way suffering. They're not going to die off right now. But this $50 drop is actually making me even think about it. And I have a PS4. The only reason I get one is so that I can review the games and the hardware for you guys. But for $350 and Halo, the anniversary edition coming out soon, definitely worth picking up. Let's see, Intel. This is one that bothers me, and I figured I'd put this in here. Intel was in a class action lawsuit that was. There was a lawsuit against Intel for the Pentium 4 skewing benchmarks, manipulating them, whatnot. It's a class action lawsuit, that is. This pisses me off a lot, actually. I'm a big fan of AMD, even though I have Intel hardware. This does hurt AMD in the long run. Intel might have had a lot, not as much of an advantage that they do now if more people would have bought AMD in the past, where AMD would have been funded a little bit more to research better technologies. So coming from that, I don't think it's enough, but whatever. I still enjoy Intel. I enjoy AMD more because they're the underdog right now. Google Nexus Player, I want one. The reviews aren't promising right now. There's they average around 7 out of 10, but that's mainly because there's not enough apps and games on it. I'm sure that will come. The pluses are it has Chromecast capabilities, a beautiful UI experience, and the voice recognition is just awesome. So I'm definitely thinking about using that because I have an Apple TV. I don't like how I can't build an app for it or go find an app. So if you really want to think about it, if you're going to weigh the differences, the Google Player is more powerful in that potentially there could be any app on there, as opposed to Apple, where it's closed and they only allow a certain amount. So I definitely would recommend supporting the Google Player if you have the money. If you don't spend your money on that. Go get a Chromecast. They definitely work really well, as long as your network doesn't have any problems. I've had a little problems with my network. It causes problems with the Chromecast, but I've gotten around it. It's fun. It makes it easy to watch YouTube videos, whatnot, especially if you don't want to go out and buy a PS4 or a Roku or just anything else, because it's $30 essentially. You might even be able to find used ones on Amazon or eBay. Okay, so LG has just released their G Watch R. It is on the Google store, so you can go there and find it. It is actually $300, so $50 more than the Moto 360, which I actually own. I like it a lot. I don't like the way the LG G Watch looks, but it's supposed to do better in a lot of things. Probably a little bit better battery life than the Moto 360. But because the price, the average is about 7.5 out of 10 on those reviews. What does that mean? That's about what the Moto 360 got. And biggest complaint on the Moto 360 is that the battery life it's not the best. But after having it for a month, it started to adjust to my lifestyle. And now I get it. I could probably go a day and a half, maybe even 2 days almost with my battery life. I've never gone over a day because I don't like to sleep with a watch on anyway, so I take it off, put it on the charger, charge it. I will be testing that in the near future, so you'll be able to, not testing, reviewing it, going over what I've enjoyed about it. So going on. Then there's the Google Modular smartphone. I didn't read up much on this. It definitely looks interesting. It looks like doesn't look very good so far. I mean, it's clear pieces that stick in and looks a little bulky, but the idea is amazing. It's not the original idea. They might even be working with the guy that came up with the idea, at least the first viral, like it's out there, this is what we should do video that was posted about a year ago. I think it's a good idea. If I want to swap out my CPU or my camera module, there you go. You don't waste a whole phone. These screens, especially the new screens that are coming out, they're amazing until they get holograms or something else. I mean, what we're going to be getting with my Note 4, it has almost 4K, has quad HD, which I'm not quite sure what resolution that's at, but for that small of a phone, the pixel density is so high that you won't be able to notice anything higher than that. So would I need a better? I mean, it's an OLED right now, or even in the near future. I don't see screens getting any better. So that's it for hardware. Let's get into the applications and apps. So the big one is Chromecast. Right now, what is one of the biggest things you're missing on the Chromecast is Amazon content. If you want to stream any Amazon content, you can't. I'm sure this isn't built by Amazon, so we'll see if it actually goes through. But the Chromecast which is hopefully going to come out for Android soon. You'll be able to, if you have a Prime account, stream your the video that you get. That's like Netflix, where you have certain videos that are free and streaming capabilities. So yeah, hoping for that. We'll see. The next one is actually, the next two are more games, but I grouped them here because they are applications on a mobile. Figured I need to fill up the apps a little bit more. So Civilization Revolution 2 is coming out for Android finally, the Android tablets. It is, or no, it's for just Android. iOS is already there, and it got okay reviews. I like those Civilization games. Definitely recommend at least looking into it. But for $15, definitely only if you're a Civ fan and want something on the go that's strategy based. Because those Civilization Revolution games, they are different than the ones that are on the computer. So don't expect the same thing. Hearthstone is actually launching for Android tablets this December. So I'm excited. I don't have an Android tablet. Well, I do. I have I have a Google 7, the original one. I like it. It has problems right now, so I don't use it. I use my iPad mini as the moment, but it's also starting to get some problems. So maybe I'll be getting an Android tablet. Maybe I'll be getting something else. I don't know. There's always a Surface. But I love myself some Hearthstone. It is a fun game. And it's about time that Android gets it. I don't like how it was just on one tablet operating system, but it's awesome. I mean, it's definitely, I definitely look into it because it's free. Definitely at least try it out. It's fun. It's made by Blizzard. Blizzard always makes really good stuff. Alongside, and it also comes with the expansion. So when it comes out in December, it will have all the new expansions that are coming out for the iOS version 2. So, and then the last, and this is a web app / application for your desktop. I don't remember which one it works for. I know for Windows. So if you want an easy way to install all the software that you love, that you usually start out a fresh build with, fresh install of Windows, that is, you know, definitely check out ninite.com. This is an advertisement, by the way. I've been using it for years, and it makes it easy. You go on there, you can click on Chrome, GIMP, a bunch of the packages like JavaScript, the Java packages, and it's awesome. I love it. It makes things so much easier than when you download its little package. You open it up in your window, and just open it up as you're going to install it, and it'll start downloading all the applications in a row and installing them. And so it does a good job of balancing speed with speed. Makes it so that you're not downloading too much at a time or installing too many at a time. So that's it for apps programming. This is going to be a little short because I didn't have time to go out and look through all the programming things. But if you're into programming, I definitely will. And if you're a web developer, which I'm a web developer, so I'll probably focus on more on the web development side of things. AngularJS 2.0 is going to be radically different than Angular 1.0 plus, 1.5, 1.3 is actually where it's at. So look out for that. It's going to be mobile first. Definitely keep an eye on AngularJS 2.0, especially if you need to migrate to it or starting a new application. But the reason I say keep an eye on it is because there's probably going to be a lot with it, a lot going on with it. You're going to want to wait off because it's probably going to be a year or two before they release, or at least release a non-beta version if you want a production release. So if you're new to programming, I'm going to explain that, and this is all my opinion, that Python is the way to go if you're just learning. I think it has all the good standards, practices in it. It adheres to a lot of good practices that are taught out there. Obviously, pick up a book that's for beginning programming so you can learn the proper techniques, practices, like dry principle. I mean, there's a lot more. I'm not going to go into them, but Python is a great way to do that. It teaches you to write pretty code. I know I'm going to get a lot of people that say, nah, don't do Python, but I programmed a lot in Python. I've programmed a lot in C++. I've programmed a lot in JavaScript. I've programmed a lot in Java. I've done a lot of programming in a lot of different types of languages, and I would say Python is the easiest one, and it's the most fun for me still. It wasn't my first language, so I'm not favoring it in that way. But after that, I definitely learned Java and then C++. Java or C++ if you want to get a little bit more of a more powerful language in the sense of speed. Like Java is not really that powerful in speed. I mean, Minecraft's built on it, and there's a reason why it has speed problems, even though it's blocks. I mean, it's not really graphically intense. C++ is actually what typical game engines are built on. It's what usually drives the game engine, the game sphere, like the game developers use. I mean, that's the preferred C++, but you might use a scripting language on top of it. It might convert it to C++ or something similar. So I would recommend learning web, though. If you're just starting out, if you want to go into a career that's going to pay well in the tech, web's hot right now, which is awesome. If it starts to die down, it could be harder as you get into it, but I don't see any signs of it dying down. I definitely would go to web development. There's back end, front end, and I will be talking about this more. If you find that this is an interesting subject, I will actually talk about it in one of my special podcasts. Definitely comment if you're interested. Comment on anything if you're interested, and I'll try to explain more of it in the future. But I'm always passionate about web development. I'm passionate about all tech now. But that's kind of what I do every day. And so I know a lot about web development. And JavaScript is actually another good language to start out in if you want. If you want to go from Python to JavaScript, you can. Python can be used in the back end, or JavaScript on its own. The problem is JavaScript is not very clean in some of its practices. It doesn't force you to. You can write almost all your code on one line if you wanted, and that's for a beginner is a little scary. But once you know what you're supposed to do, that doesn't matter. I mean, if you're writing bad code, or at least writing not properly formatted code to where it's hard for people to read, then you probably need to learn something. I need to go back, review some of those practices reviews. I mean, go onto YouTube and look at some more stuff because, yeah, it's important. Okay. So that's it for programming. If there's any specific languages or libraries you want me to follow in the future, I will probably stick to mainly what I know very well. And it's going to be more than just web development. But for now, this is the stuff I'm going to stick to on that one. Games. So lots of good stuff coming out. Blizzard just announced one new game and an update to StarCraft. So Overwatch. From what I understand, Overwatch is what Titan was supposed to be. Or Titan was supposed to be Overwatch, and they changed it up and made it into an FPS arena style game, kind of like T-Fortress 2. So, Overwatch. I will be showing some video. You can go ahead and maybe while I'm talking about it, watch it. I thought it was really cool. I think it's going to be a really cool add-on. It really feels like Team Fortress 2, though. It seems like they kind of copied it a little bit more than maybe they didn't. It seems that the underlying part of it is copied. I'm fine with that because it does look like a really good game. It definitely looks like they're adding. I mean, it looks almost like League of Legends meets a first-person shooter. It kind of even reminded me of Unreal Tournament for some reason. So there's that. StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. Yes, it is coming out. But I do know they have video for it, and it is awesome. So I will have the link below. I also have the link below for Overwatch. It will be in the description. You can go there and watch that stuff. One of the exciting things is that I don't know if it's going to be playable, but the Arc ship. It's the ancient Protoss Arc ship called the Spear of Adun. And it looks pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that. I mean, Protoss isn't my race when I play StarCraft, but it definitely does sound cool. 3 new multiplayer modes. One of them being Archon, where you 2 players control 1 base. It's not too bad. It'd be interesting. There's a couple other modes. Halo, the Master Chief Collection comes out November 11th, 2014, which is next week. So it's going to have Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, and they have a new digital series called Halo Nightfall, and that's going to be included with it. So if you're a Halo fan, which a lot of people are, I enjoy it. Do I think it's the best story? Nope. I do enjoy it, though. So eventually I'll pick it up when I pick up an Xbox One. I'm actually pretty excited for it. I saw the gameplay. I probably should show some gameplay. So we'll see if I do or not. So Halo is going to be the Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition. So it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be the official Halo 1 version. It's going to be the remade, but remade again for HD. So Assassin's Creed Unity is coming out next week, November 11th, 2014. They are spouting a couple things, boasting about a couple things. Like it's going to be a unique co-op experience that's experience you must play to believe, which we'll see. I love co-ops. I'll have to see if I can find someone to play it with. Recommend checking that one out if you want. If you like the Assassin's Creed, I already have it on reserve technically because I bought the 970s. The NVIDIA 970s came with a free copy of either it's a racing game, can't remember, Assassin's Creed Unity and Far Cry 4. I was going to choose Far Cry 4, but I wanted to try the co-op in the Assassin's Creed Unity. So decided to go with that. I might pick up the Far Cry 4 if I can and try that out too. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out this week. It looks amazing on my computer. The one I tested, I was getting around 100 frames per second on 1440 with everything maxed out. So at least the PC is holding up. Awesome. Actually, the NVIDIA drivers allow you to play in 4K mode with a downsample to 1440 so that things are crisper. I tried it. I was getting around 20 frames per second, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, 20 to 40. But I'd get micro stutters where it would run, stop, and then run smoothly, stop, like really quick. So micro. I mean, it's enough to annoy the crap out of you. So I'm thinking they're not optimized, the drivers for this. So we'll have to see if we can do that later on because that's cool to run in 4K and downsample. I don't know. Definitely looks really good in 1440. So they did something to the engine to make it look good. I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan, but I end up buying it every year for some reason. It looks great. As a huge graphics lover, it has my stamp of approval. It's getting pretty good reviews, actually. It's between 8 and 9 out of 10. So I think it will go on to be successful. Of course, every Call of Duty is, right? Now for some mods. Since excuse me, since the Civilizations Beyond Earth came out, there's a couple of mods. I have them listed below, and so you can go check them out. These are definitely hot mods that are out there right now for it. Colorful Tech Web, Empowered Wonders, which the first one helps you with your tech web. The Empowered Wonders makes it so that there's better Wonders out there, because to be honest, the Wonders that they have right now are a little lacking, that is. And then they have an enhanced loadout, which I think when you're starting a game, you can include a lot more in it instead of just randomizing everything. And then there's SMod Crylife. This is not a Civ one. This is a Half-Life one. I will probably always mention a Half-Life one in almost one of these episodes when I do mods, because I'm a huge fan of Half-Life. Love me some Half-Life 2. So SMod Crylife. That one makes Half-Life seem more like Crysis, probably with some additional. I've played this a while ago, and I'm going to play it again. That's why I mentioned it here, but I'm going to play it some more. Wish I could tell you some more about it. Add some Crysis mods. I think it makes the graphics a little bit better. So yeah, try that out. Now on to deals. Samsung 840 Pro series is almost half off on Newegg. $269 for 512 gigabytes is an amazing deal. I bought my system 2 or 3 days before the sale went on. I would have totally bought this instead of the Evo, because it does have a little bit better read access and write speeds. The 840 Pro, because they just released the 850 Pro series. So I guess they're trying to discount it and get rid of their stock. Amazing price. The Corsair Hydro Series H80i Performance Water Liquid CPU Cooler, 120 millimeters fan. It is $75 with the discount code. I have it below in the details. So if you can find that, go to Newegg, put that stuff in. I like my H100i so far. It does a great job. It keeps my CPU super cool. Definitely recommend the H80i. I might even get it for one of the PCs I might be making in the future for one of the specials. So finally, there is a giveaway this week, and it is actually in the details. And it's whoever gets to it first and redeems it gets it. I'm going to be very, very mean, I guess, to everyone, because they're going to think they're the first ones, or maybe they're going to think, oh, someone's already redeemed it. So whoever can get the Titanfall first, if you already have Titanfall, please leave it for someone else, but keep on trying. See who can get it first. Whoever gets it first, please comment on it, on this video, actually below. And yeah. So before I end, I want to know what projects you're interested in. Some of the projects I'm thinking about doing in the near future is, one, a home, so a family, or let's see, a TV room PC that's kind of like a Steam box. So it's gonna be kind of like a Steam box. I might even wait until Steam OS comes out. It's supposed to come out at the beginning of next year, and make a PC that's essentially around $600, trash the PS4 and Xbox One. Yes, I know that's $200 more than what they are, but it will trash it, and it will play everything, and it's backwards compatible. That's the beautiful thing about PC, is that it's always backwards. It's not always, but it is, with some hacking and whatnot, and with some messing around, it's almost always backwards compatible, which is beautiful. So yeah, have yourself a really good computer that can run anything. You don't have to, I mean, PS4 just came out with their YouTube app. You could have had YouTube a long time ago if you just run a PC on your TV. I will build one of those, probably sell it off on here. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'll do it sooner. I have other projects too that I might do before that. I just need to know what people are interested in and what they want to see. So comment below, please. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to this channel and my other social networks. I can be found at Twitter at TheBrink, TH3BRINK. The company, Alltech Now, can be found at Twitter at AllTechNow1. Facebook, I have a Facebook. Alltech Now has a Facebook page, Alltech Now. It's gonna have the same icon as the one that's over here in this corner. So look for that. Subscribe, please. It's always great to have a bunch of people on Facebook. And then I always post my videos there. So if you don't want to always be looking at YouTube, you could have it in your feed. I also have an email that I send out. So if you want to subscribe, I will eventually have a way to do that. I don't have one now. I'm still working on the website. So please comment below. Anything I missed? Anything I got wrong? Let me know. You can comment below. If I got something wrong, you can also email me, and I will correct it in the next video. Also, introduce yourself below in the comments, because we all want to get to know you. I want to make this a good, also a good social experience for everyone, so we can all become pals and buddies and enjoy tech and games and whatnot together. So it's been fun. Please, please like, subscribe, whatever you need to do to continue to make this podcast awesome. If you're listening to this, I would recommend watching it on YouTube again. So, this is James, and I'm signing out.